Ladies and gentlemen, Tide Nation, what is going on? Hope everybody's having a great day. Welcome back to another episode of the Bama Lounge podcast. I am your host, Adam Raymer. As always, 100% appreciate everything you guys do for the show, for me. If you can, please go and subscribe right now. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like, send me some comments. I want to hear from you guys, what you guys are thinking, what you guys are feeling. I want to know what else we can do, what else we can talk about. We got football going on right now. Basketball will be starting soon, other sports. So we're going to get all into that later on. But right now, our focus is on football. And with that being said, I'm doing a mid to three-quarter season recap tonight. Since we are on a bye week this week, we have the bye week, every year before the LSU game. I am going to do kind of just break down the offense, defense, team stats, kind of see how we're doing, record. It's more of a three-quarter season. Since we're 7-1. Obviously the one loss coming to Texas A&M, which hurt us but didn't hurt us. We're ranked number 3 right now. College football playoff polls will start coming out, and look, the one loss, obviously it hurt. Everybody was mad. A lot of people saying they're giving up on the team and all, and we're not going to do anything. That's over with. We're 7-1. Look, we have the second highest scoring offense in points per game in the country. We are second out of 130 teams. We can't ask for more from the offense. The defense, we're giving up about 20 points a game, which is good for 34th out of 130 teams. So not bad. Defense could be a little bit better. But overall, it's been pretty good. We're going to highlight some things that's happened this year so far. Obviously, scoring offensively has been not an issue with us averaging the 45. It's right at 46 points a game. The defense, though, we've given up some. I mean, obviously, the Texas A&M game, we gave up 41. Florida game, we gave up 29. And last week against Tennessee, we gave up 24. Other than that, we've kept them pretty well in check. 13, 14, 14, 9. So I'm somewhat happy with the defense. And I'll tell you what I'm happy with on the defense. It's the front seven. I think they've been playing pretty decent. The lack is in the secondary. And whether it's man coverage or zone coverage, we know they like to play a lot of zone. But the secondary has gotten burned, so to speak, a couple of times in this season, more than a couple of times. But that's where I think the defense lies a little bit on needing a little help, needing some coaching, needing some things to go right for us on that side of the ball. I think if they can clean that up and keep attacking quarterbacks the rest of the year, I think that defense is we're heading in the right direction right now on defense. So it wasn't the greatest last season either in the secondary, and they're still learning. They're still young, but I think Saban and Golding are going to get them ready. And I think things are going to start improving once we get throughout the season. Now, again, offense, there's nothing to worry about, except for I do think some of the play calling by Bill O'Brien has been iffy. And that leads to execution of the plays by our offensive players. But I think for the most part, with the dynamic players that we have, the offense has been pretty good this season. And I think most of you will agree. If you're averaging 46 points a game and you're second in the country in offense, then you can't complain. I want to talk a little bit too. I'm going to do a little bit of individual things. And first, I can't help but we got to start with Bryce Young. Bryce Young, guys, is having a terrific season. I think right now he's the Heisman odds winner. He's got 2,453 yards for 26 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 70% completion percentage, and a 176.8 QBR rating. So, outstanding season so far for Bryce Young. He's young. His decision-making has been excellent, obviously, with the 3 interceptions to 26 touchdowns. He's just really poised in the pocket. And what I liked about Bryce here lately, especially the last game against Tennessee, he used his legs to make plays. And some of those moves he got, some of those juke moves he had in that Tennessee game were outstanding. Made he was making defenders miss, picking up first downs with his legs. He had 2 rushing touchdowns in that Tennessee game. So like what Bryce is doing this year. At the running backs, we can talk about Roydell Williams. And before Jace McClellan got hurt, I think he was going to have a good season. We can talk about Roydell, who's had a decent season so far. Trey Sanders just hasn't gotten in enough games yet and had enough attempts. It's Brian Robinson, guys. And Brian Robinson has played in 7 games, obviously, this year. 706 yards rushing, 11 touchdowns. He's added 161 yards receiving for 2 touchdowns. So yards from scrimmage for Brian Robinson, 867 yards, 13 touchdowns. The guy's doing a fantastic job carrying the load for the running backs this year. So happy he came back. So happy that he stuck it out, waited his turn, and he is playing some of the best football I've seen him play because he is the man at the running back position this year. So kudos to you, Brian Robinson Jr. Outstanding season so far. On the receiving side, we've got a couple, but I'm not going to go obvious here. I am, but I'm not. I'm going to go Jamison Williams, and you guys probably are getting tired of hearing me talk about him. But again, I'm going to say it again. Thank you, Ohio State University, for Jamison Williams and letting him leave your program and walk out. And I'll tell you why. 1, he's got 710 yards and 6 touchdowns this year on 35 receptions. He's averaging 20.3 yards a catch, guys. Insane. The guy is big, strong, fast, and I'll tell you another thing where he's hurting people. He hasn't had any touchdowns, but on the special teams on kickoffs, the man has eight returns for 315 yards, which is almost right at 40 yards a return. And I'm take that back. I think he has had 2 touchdowns. So the man transferred in from Ohio State, didn't touch the field at Ohio State, and I'm going to say it again, and this part as well, he has emerged as the number 1 receiver on our team. Outstanding job by Jamison Williams. Also, I can't do an offensive show stat line without mentioning John Mechie, 52 receptions, 601 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Something real quick, a sleeper is Cameron Letu. Just want to point this out. He has 13 catches for the year for 187 yards. It's okay, 15 yards a catch, but he has 5 touchdowns. So almost half of his catches are touchdowns. Let's throw him the ball some more. What do you guys think? Billingsley hasn't really proved. I think he's done okay. He was supposed to be a hot target this year, and he's just been dropping some balls. I don't know what's in his head, if what's going on, but I think he can improve just a touch on the receiving side of things. So that's kind of the offensive and the offensive players. Defensively, I'm going to mention about 3 people, and I'm in no particular order. I think Jordan Battle's having a great year. He's got 37 total tackles, 2 picks, and I believe, a touchdown off of a pick. So Jordan Battle, a leader on the defense, one of the leaders, having a fantastic season. Christian Harris is kind of underrated right now, I think. He's got 37 tackles, so the same as Battle, but he's gotten to the quarterback, 3 tackles for a loss and a sack, having a great season. I'm going to mention 2 more people. I was going to do 3, but I'm going to do 4. I'm going to mention Terry To'oto'o. And I've seen hate and I've seen love for Henry. Obviously, he come over from Tennessee, entered the transfer portal, came over from Tennessee to come over to us. Love the pick. Not a pick, but I loved him coming over to us. He's actually, guys, he's leading this team in total tackles. He has 52 tackles, 2.5 tackles for a loss, and a sack this season. So pretty productive in the middle. Not to mention, he brings a leadership to that team. Whether we like him, if you like him, if you don't, I think he's having a stout season. It might not live up to the hype of what we thought it was going to be, but overall, very productive, and we needed that leader like that in the middle of the defense. Now, last but not least, it's Will Anderson. This guy is going nuts. I don't know how he's not in a Heisman talk. I know he's a defensive player. I could give two shits about that. He needs to be in the talk, and I'll tell you why. I'm just going to read a stat line. 44 total tackles, 13 tackles for loss, and 7.5 sacks. That's what I said. 7.5 sacks, 13 tackles for losses. Nobody else on our team, he has doubled everybody in tackles for losses, and he has doubled everybody in sacks. The man can get to the quarterback. It doesn't matter who they put on him. He's fast, he's long, swim move, juke move, doesn't matter. Quick hands, he's going to get his, and he's going to get to the quarterback. Again, we need to put this guy into the Heisman talk. If he continues to do what he's doing on defense, it's crazy to see what he is doing on defense just by himself. The havoc that he causes by himself. So that's my defensive players. Obviously, we can talk about Mr. Will Reichard, 47 for 47 on extra points, 10 for 12 on field goal attempts for an 83% field goal percentage. Always love Will Reichard. Everybody loves Will Reichard. How can you not? Look, guys, that's it. I wanted to jump on. I wanted to kind of give some statistics. Look, I'm going to say one more thing, too. My mid-season / 3/4 season MVP so far, ding, 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 it's Will Anderson. I'm going defensive side of the ball. We'll see how the season, how everything turns out for him. Let's see how many more sacks that man can make. See, like I said, if he can keep wrecking havoc on opposing offenses. But he is my mid to 3/4 season most valuable player for Alabama. Appreciate you guys. Please, if you can, I said it at the beginning, I'm going to say it again. Hit the subscribe, hit the like button, send me your comments. I want to hear from you guys. I will 100% respond. I promise. Hit them. If you guys are listening on Apple, Spotify, wherever, you can do the same thing. Hit the subscribe, send me a review. I will get those. I love reading those. Also, once we get to 100 subscribers, we are going to do a cool merch giveaway, Bama merch giveaway. So if you guys can, don't forget, I keep saying it, hit the subscribe. We'll enter you into some kind of random generator, and we will give out some cool Bama merch. So until next time, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And always remember, roll damn Tide.